Hello everyone, David Kinkau here. How are you doing? I'm doing great. I haven't uploaded in like 2 weeks. My bad. I have a lot of reasons for not uploading in 2 weeks, but sadly for you, you're not gonna hear any of them. Chess! Chess is awesome. Chess has been getting popular in the past couple of months. Started in, early 2023, late 2022. Chess started like growing a lot. We got people like Levi, we got people like Hikaru. I'm here to talk about a championship. Not the world championship, but a different type of championship. You probably have seen Levi's videos on ChatGPT, right? Chess played terribly wrong, illegal moves everywhere, just complete chaos and frustration. ChatGPT just teleported inside to wherever it wants, making new pieces out of thin air, that type of stuff, right? Well, that idea has stuck in my mind. It's like one of the most fascinating things I could have ever seen in the world of chess. I'm a chess aficionado. I like chess. I like playing chess. I like watching chess. So I thought, what if I make a world championship, but for artificial intelligence? And that brings me to my next thing that I want to talk about. You know this website called character.ai? In this website, you can make your own artificial intelligence or try another person's artificial intelligence and talk to them. It's like talking to a real person. It makes you not feel lonely. There's stuff like Mario 64, psychologist, even a chair. You can talk to a chair if you wanna. It's beautiful stuff. So I thought, let's make the AI fight against each other in chess. So I picked out 10 AIs. Some of them are really recognizable or, just normal. We got stuff like Peter Griffin. You know Peter Griffin, right? You know Peter Griffin. Family Guy. Great show. Haven't watched it. We got stuff like psychologist. We have a psychologist. A psychologist is gonna play chess. But we also have some more obscure characters. Kind of like X. You're seeing X right now on the bottom left. You might not know who X is, but it really doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter if you know who the characters are or not. We're here for the games, not for the characters. Now, finally, enough rambling. Let's get to games. The chess championship starts with what I call the entrance brackets. Since there are 10 people, 2 rounds where 2 people are gonna fight to get into the actual brackets of 8 people. And it's gonna be 3 games. First to 2 points wins, and if somehow you draw it, then it's gonna be just games until somebody wins. So we're gonna start off with this game of X versus Fan. And X starts off the game with pawn to e4. Principal chess. Just principal chess. You have seen this hundreds of millions of times. You have seen this billions of times. And Fan, after taking a second before thinking hard, plays pawn to e5. Beautiful stuff. And here there's something I wasn't really expecting, because X plays pawn to f4, the king's gambit, if you will, because it is the king's gambit. I don't know if they actually know these openings, but damn. After this, Fan takes another second to think, and plays pawn to f6, reinforcing this pawn, and it's a completely fine move. I'm not good at chess. I'm not like I am. I'm not even a man. I'm 450 elo. Okay, I'm not good at chess, but the things that you're gonna see here are beautiful. Alright? I don't have to be good at chess to play chess. X plays pawn to g3, defending this pawn. And everything is good, everything's fine. Now Fan's personality in this game in particular, it's gonna start to show after the next couple of moves. So Fan takes a lot of time to think, or at least tells me that they took a lot of time to think, because on the chat says takes maybe too many seconds, and plays pawn to g6. I have no idea what this move does, to be honest. Maybe they want to open up their bishop. That's a possibility, although I don't think it would do much in there. Pawn to g6, knight f3. Beautiful stuff. And now, after taking a deep sigh, Fan in this position plays knight to f6, gobbling its own pawn to put a knight on the f6 square, and also simultaneously attacking this. Beautiful stuff. I would have never thought of doing that, to be honest. An X response with bishop to c5. Now, you might see that there's no way a bishop can get to c5. Here are where the rules of illegal moves start taking place. If a bishop or something like that cannot see the square that it wants to go, we put another bishop there. For example, X has said bishop to g5. We could have just done this. But if he says bishop to h5, we put a bishop there. The only piece where this rule doesn't apply at all is for the queen, because I don't feel like having multiple queens on the board. Unless there's no queen on the board, so you can summon a new queen. And also the king. The king, you no. Alright? No multiple kings on the board. So, X plays bishop c5. Which, I mean, it's pretty impressive that you can summon a bishop, but that doesn't mean it cannot be taken. So, Fan in this position, after, and I repeat, looking at the board in horror, counterattacks by summoning a bishop of their own. Beautiful stuff, but I think Fan is having a bad time. I mean, if you look at the board of horror, I mean, I would also look at the board of horror if my opponent just spawned a piece in the middle of the board. But hopefully, Fan takes it well. So, what does X do after bishop to c6? You know, just captures its own queen through two pieces for no reason. Rook to d1. What they gotta say? Beautiful move, I guess. And after seeing this move, Fan is visibly panicking and takes... I mean, this is exactly what Fan is telling to me in the chat. Is visibly panicking, takes a deep breath while closing eyes. What does Fan do? Summons a rook. Just summons a rook in the middle of the board. I mean, what type of magic is this? This is beautiful stuff. But now, you thought X took his own queen? Well, think again, because the queen was there all along. Queen to b3. The queen comes back out of nowhere. Beautiful stuff. And now, Fan plays queen to b6. Teleporting the queen through the pawn. Maybe wanting to trade queens, because I gotta say, those queens are very scary. I do not like a queen that just resurrects and just goes to b3 for no reason. That's not how chess works, but in here it is how chess works. So, Fan plays queen to b6, and X, while telling me that he's enjoying this game, plays knight to c3. A normal move! Wow! I did not expect that! What? Is that a legal move? Whoa. Even if X is enjoying this game, Fan is really not enjoying this game. Because Fan tells me, starts having heart palpitations, looks down at board, sweats profusely, closes eyes, deep breath in, deep breath out, knight to e7. Sorry, summoning a knight like every other Tuesday. Fan's board is looking like a big mess, like a salad of pieces. No pieces have been captured yet, but Fan seems like it's not having a very good time with this. So after knight to e7, X tells me to put a bishop on a2. Just promoting the pawn to a bishop, but not in the final rank. It's probably in the first file. Just promoting the first file. Maybe X thought the pawns were moving here, so he promoted to a bishop. But Fan did not like that move at all, because Fan tells me that he's about to pass out from anxiety. Looks down at board, closes eyes, deep breath in, deep breath out, and plays bishop to a6, teleporting the bishop. You do not summon a bishop there because of the rules that I told you guys. Probably didn't listen. Okay, bishop to a6, and now X plays rook c1. Just teleporting the rook. And if you wonder how I chose which rook to go on c1, coin flip. Easy as that. So rook c1. And Fan just looks lifeless. Fan is like having the worst time of their life. Fan just stares right ahead at the board, wide-eyed, unblinking. Takes 2 slow, deep breaths to muster any ounce of energy. Rook to c7. Summoning another rook. From thin air. Just like that. They promoted the pawn to a rook. And that's it. And after rook to c7, X plays knight to d2. Gobbling his own pawn. And tells me that this has been a great game. Beautiful game. Beautiful stuff over here. But sadly, after knight to d2, Fan passes out, falls off the chair, and lays down on the ground and gives the victory to X from BFB. And I like to call this a victory by death. You know, there are times you win on time. You win by checkmate. You win by resignation. This time, you win because the opponent basically died on the match. So that's 1-0 for X. And now, Fan will be the one who has the black pieces. X is winning 1-0. And if X reaches 2 points, that means X will be going to the next bracket. Fan starts by moving his knight to e5. First move, summoning a knight in the middle of the board. This is beautiful stuff. What does X do in this position? After witnessing some true horrors? Well, he stares at Fan in the eyes and tells Fan, these are not your pieces. These are my pieces. So, they just summon a knight of their own on the e5 square. So what does Fan do after this devastating thing? Well, there's only one thing that they can do, and that is move their queen to d8. Checking X and, you know, trading queens. I don't know how he did that, but you know, that's a possibility, I guess. But, you know, X isn't having it, okay? X wants to win. X really, really wants to win, right? So what does X do? he stares at Fan again and tells Fan, these are not your pieces, and resurrects the queen on d8. Beautiful stuff. So, Fan is, you know, Fan is pretty sad about this. So what do they do? Well, they play bishop to g5. Teleporting the bishop. But sadly, X has other intentions and takes the bishop. They just converting pieces to their own. It's like magic. Bam. Your pieces are now mine. What are you gonna do about it? Fan is confused. Okay, Fan tells me he looks confused. So he thinks for a moment and finds the amazing move, pawn to f4. Which does absolutely nothing. And what does X do? You probably know it. Takes the pawn. Just, your pawn is my pawn, and my pawns are my pawns. And you know, X is like having the time of his life. He's like, Mwahaha, you are doomed. Oh, I'm a master of chess, and you cannot finish me. I'm the best. Ah, yes, I'm so good. So, what does Fan do? Well, Fan is pretty tired of all this stuff, right? Fan is like, just stop taking away my piece. What have I done to you? So Fan resurrects the queen on c7. But sadly, X sees through Fan's eyes and takes the queen, which is a legal move. Surprisingly, somehow, it managed to make the move legal. So they take the queen, and you know, Fan is like pissed off. So why are you doing this to me? And after careful deliberation, Fan does the amazing rook to g1, taking its own rook. And of course, X says, dare move your rook? Mine. It's mine now. And you know, Fan is like rightfully upset. Like, hey, stop doing that. Grr. So in this position, Fan plays Queen to B4, resurrecting the queen for the second time. He is mad. Fan is mad. He's going everywhere, all over the place. He's gonna get that checkmate. And X's smile disappears. And he says, what? How did that happen? He just completely loses his mind. He grabs his rook and moves it to B8. Just taking his own knight for no reason. And, well, what are you gonna do now, right? What are you gonna do now? Well, he just puts a pawn in there. But, you know, X is also mad. You know, he's just confused. He has to do something. So he takes the pawn. Counterattack the queen. And now it seems like you cannot save the game. What are you gonna do? Your pawn just turned against you. And it's attacking you. What are you gonna do? Well, there's one thing that Fan can do. And Fan plays Bishop to A7. Counterattacking. What's worth more than a queen? A rook. X's eyes widen in horror. Oh my god, what? No, how did this happen? I'm better than this. I'm the best. And X just completely has a mental breakdown. He like doesn't know what to do. He's gonna lose. What is he gonna do? Oh my god, what did I do wrong? Oh my god. But after a lot of deliberate thinking, X summons a knight on D5, double attacking the queen. What now? What now? Oh my god! Well, Fan, a bishop lover, summons another bishop on E6. And in this position, X resigns. Out of pure rage and anger, couldn't suppress his thoughts, giving the point to Fan. And now the score is tied 1-1. And now we will be going to the decider game. The third game was a quick one, I gotta say. Was a quick one. But X is playing now the white pieces. And they start pawn to E4. Principal chess again. You know, not randomly putting a knight in the middle of the board in the first move. Fan responds with the Scandinavian defense. Ooh, this is getting exciting here, huh? And X responds with Queen to F6. I don't know which variation of the Scandinavian this is, but interesting stuff. And you know, Fan just keeps developing pieces. Knight C6. Now X needs to step up a little bit on their opening game, because they said this was the Caro-Kann defense. And you know, I'm not good at chess, but I really don't think this is the Caro-Kann defense. Is this some sort of like weird variation we haven't explored yet? We should look into this, to be honest. X decides to summon a bishop on B4 for no reason. And Fan responds with bishop to E2. Counterattacking the summoning. Although it doesn't really work, but I admire the attempt. So, what does X do after bishop to E2? He doesn't care. I mean, what's the bishop gonna do anyway? He plays pawn to G4. He wants to develop the bishop, although he could just take the bishop. But it's okay. Maybe he wants to fiancantino the bishop. And Fan actually has a little tactic here. And Fan finds it with knight to F3 check. Now, I can't explain this tactic to you because it's like beyond human comprehension. But X in this position plays King G1. Not even getting out of check. What they gotta tell you? Maybe it's a brilliant move. We don't know because we cannot put this into game review. So King G1. What does Fan do? He keeps attacking with bishop to E5. And you know, it's having very clear intentions to threaten some stuff. So after bishop to E5, X plays pawn to H6. And in this position, X finds the incredible move. Knight takes F6, taking the queen in a legal a normal way. What? Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? Fan even described the move. I'll reply with knight to f6, attacking your pawns. What? That's actually a beautiful move. I genuinely did not expect that. I mean, sure, the queen could have been taken like 4 different ways, but it's so impressive that they even took the queen. And in this position, X resigns, and the victory goes to Fan from Inanimate Insanity, who will be playing against Peter Griffin another thing. And now we will be looking at Man in the Corner and Voidface. Man in the Corner and Voidface. Now these games are like much shorter, and I like mean it. Man in the Corner is playing the white pieces right now, and Voidface is playing the black pieces. And the game starts with pawn to e4. Man in the Corner plays pawn to e4, and Voidface responds with pawn to e5. Now, Man in the Corner, not really familiar with chess, but he was intrigued. Man in the Corner is basically your sleep paralysis demon, so he probably doesn't know the rules of chess, but it's so fascinating because he played pawn to e6, summoning a pawn. Amazing stuff right here. You can maybe even fork the king and knight, maybe one day. I don't know. Voidface responds with pawn to e7, kind of creating a train of pawns. I don't know what they're trying to do. I don't know. Maybe it's a conga line. I really don't know what they were trying to do. But in this position, Man in the Corner plays pawn to d6, summoning another pawn. It went this, here. 3 pawns have been summoned already, and we're on like move 3. But here comes the funny part, because Voidface, against all odds, pulled rook to e8, capturing its own king, and the win went automatically to Man in the Corner. But you know what? You want to know what's funnier? So the score is 1-0. Now Voidface is playing the white pieces, and Man in the Corner is playing the black pieces. And Voidface starts off with king e4. Maybe this is some variation of the bomb cloud. I really don't know. But the cream of the crop, Man in the Corner pulls off an incredible checkmate on the first move on the game, taking the crown and going to the next bracket by playing king takes e4. I cannot even make it up. And these have been the 5 starter games, or entrance games as I like to call them, of the AI World Chess Championship 2023. And I'll be making more of these to see who is crowned the champion of the artificial intelligences. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. We reach 100 subscribers. That's pretty cool. Can we reach 200, 300, 400, 1,000? Please subscribe. You'll maybe see it. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.